How long have you had this place?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah. It's been a good time, yeah. We've got some cool cars like in the lineup for next year, yeah.
Oh, like, really? What have you got?
See what happens there.
For you or the business?
I'm gonna get my one going again.
Yeah.
I've got my engine here. I've stripped it completely. So.
Because you got the same car as me, eh? Pretty much.
Yeah, like 1 generation earlier.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Gonna take this away now for it's getting vapor blast, and also get rid of all this scaling here from the old coolant in there. Yeah. And then
so that's a 2 litre, eh? EG
that's a 2 litre, yeah. So this has got a semi-closed stick block. But
on like as factory.
Yeah. Once that vapor blasting is done, I'll send it away and get it closed sticked in here. Yeah. So there's an insert that goes into the top.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just like maybe 15 mil deep in there, but that will make it able to handle a lot more power than it does now. So.
Nice. Is everything under here standard? Like?
Yeah.
Nothing's been upgraded, hard out or anything?
Nah, looks completely stuck here.
Yeah. I really want those mags.
Yeah. That's nice wheels, but I mean he's cut his flares as well to
he's gone
in.
Pretty hard out. Nice engine too.
It will be once it comes in, yeah.
Are you building it now?
Yeah, we're building it now, but it's gonna be a few months away still.
Oh yeah. You hear it way more at low speeds. Eh?
Yeah.
Like when I'm on the motorway, it doesn't, even if you take it on and off, it doesn't really do it at all.
Oh, okay.
What sound was that?
That sound I just heard that's like the brake, like it just chatters a bit inside internally.
Just got back from Possum Bourne Motorsport, as you would have seen, and the brakes were completely worn out on the car, so I went to B&T. I've got new brakes all round. I'm just waiting for the rear ones to get here. They'll arrive tomorrow, but I got Brembo's. Left side's in. I'm going to do the right side now. Pretty standard brake job, nothing too complicated. This is the side I haven't done, obviously, and it's like a massive lip on it and hardly any pad left, so a few surprises from this car that I didn't expect. But to be fair, I should have checked it when I bought it, but I was a little bit too excited and didn't bother because I'm a bit reckless. New pads. Had to take the top shock bolt out because you can't get a socket around the caliper bolt. Top pin, bottom pin, old tab. Caliper hang down. Honestly, I don't even know if these discs have ever been changed. The car's only done 75,000 Ks. That's Ks, not miles. Come here. Come here. So that's the front brakes done. I'm waiting for the rear ones to get ready. They should arrive tomorrow at B&T, so I'll go and pick them up and do them tomorrow. But long story short, I went to Possum Bourne Motorsport, got Patrick and the boys to check it out because it was making a bit of a clunking sound in the back. and I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was the diff, but it sounded more like suspension arms and stuff like that, but we couldn't nail it down, but we're pretty sure it's because the brakes are so stuffed in the rear, it's the calipers, the pads sliding and hitting the caliper pins, and it's just making a little metal on metal sound. So never mind, I'll change them out tomorrow and hopefully that fixes the problem. Pat's got the same car as me, but the generation before, so like 2004 I think, and he's rebuilding his motor as you've seen. Exciting stuff car wise. So next year I'm planning on doing a full build, and next month it's going back there to get the full exhaust, intake, tune, fuel pump, all that sort of stuff, so we get it dyno tuned and see what it makes. I'm going to do a really clean build on it, real nice, no cheap parts or anything like that. I want to keep it real mint. So I'm pretty much going to do a whole build series at Possum Bourne, rebuilding the motor and dyno tuning and all that sort of stuff, and I'll document the whole thing. A little bit of background to do with the car. So originally I had the E63. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, I had a 2010 Mercedes E63. I sold that to get the Jeep. I wanted another quick car, something I can play around with, so I looked at Evos. I always wanted an Evo, and I drove the Evo 10s, and I was just really, great car, but too much electronics going on and traction control, and they're quite heavy, and even though they're quick, they don't feel quick. So I decided in the end I wanted a 90s performance car, turbo, preferably four-wheel drive, so it either come down to Evos or WRXs. And I really couldn't find, so I was looking at the Evo 5 to Evo 9, and I couldn't find anything in the price range that was really clean. I found a few Evo 5s, but they were about 25,000 and they weren't really that tidy. And Evo 9s were a little bit more than I wanted to spend, so like a real tidy Evo 9 here is about 40 grand. And then I found this WRX on Trade Me. A real nice guy owned it. Obviously didn't know a few things about it because second day of ownership I blew the alternator belt and it got all tangled in the cam pulley, and man, it was a drama. It made the cam belt skip 7 teeth. So it was super lucky that I was only going about 20k an hour and the engine didn't need a rebuild, no bent valves or anything like that. Anyway, I got all the parts, so my friend Brad at Brad Bagnall Automotive done it for me, and that's all the leftovers from it, the old cam belt and pulleys and everything. So we did the full cam belt kit with the water pump and all that, and the car's fine. It was just kind of a freak accident. So yeah, it's definitely not as quick as my E63 was, but it feels as quick. I don't know if that makes sense, but because it's so light and the turbo spooling up and all that sort of stuff, this car feels super fast. Whereas the E63 was really heavy, but it had like 500 and something horsepower, so it was quite fast. But this feels more fun, you know, having a proper manual. The 6-speed's really awesome in this car. Being only done 77,000 Ks, it's really, really tight. Everything's good, so really happy with it. Happy with my choice. Anyways, I'm working on the Q&A video now, so I'll have that up tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you then.